I am ready. So, we are back with the core of the cast.
I get to relax now.
Yeah, we get to kind of shut up now. We've kind of got a new rule on culvertradio.com that we're going to let people have their quality 8 minutes to go through their segment. And the first person we're going to do that for is Mr. Lance Morrison. And his segment is called Off the Wall. So let's go off the wall with Lance Morrison.
Hey guys, glad
Lance.
to be back, everybody. Glad to be back here at culvertradio.com. Been off for a little while, but I'm back now. Got a new job with cellular sales. Of course, we're an exclusive Verizon wireless dealer. Doing a little comedy here and there, not a whole lot, but I have been working a little bit. Here's my cards. There, it's called my little company's called Be Positive. I just set up an LLC. I will in the next couple of days. Called
Be Positive with Lance Morrison, comedian.
That's me, comedian. And just a couple of things that have been on my mind. Like here, as a matter of fact, I met a guy yesterday that's a Purple Heart winner twice.
Wow.
The guy's only 36 years old.
John Kerry?
No.
Oh, no, never mind.
He just retired. He just retired from the military not too long ago, a couple of years ago. But he was in Afghanistan. He was in Iraq. Real nice guy. Army Ranger. Really tough dude.
With our rules of engagement in Afghanistan, we're getting a lot more Purple Hearts than we should.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, we are, but
we also now have an award.
But
for
still,
not
man, the guy caught a bullet. I don't care.
Yeah, no, he's done more than I have.
So. Anyway, just a couple of little asides talking about the military. We were talking about the military earlier, and the Full Metal Jacket thing was great. But once you experience this thing in real life, it just kind of brings a whole new spin to it. I never forget. I was in boot camp in 1982 in the Army, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. About this time of the year. Don't ask me why. Temporary insanity. I was there, and
that's not as temporary as you think.
So I'm standing in formation, and when you're standing in formation and you're at attention, your head and your eyes are supposed to be straight to the front. Well, the drill sergeant knows this, as does every good military person, and he'd walk up and down, up and down, up and down, and inevitably there'd be some really dorky guy standing up in the front. And as the drill sergeant walked past, the guy would follow him with his head. And ultimately the drill sergeant would come back and say, "Son, are you looking at me?" and get up in his face. Well, now the kid's at attention. He doesn't know what to do. He says, "Son, are you looking at me while you're at attention? Are you moving your head and your eyes looking at me?" Well, now the kid knows, number one, he's not supposed to be looking, moving his head or his eyes. Number two, he's not supposed to be talking at attention. Right? So
yeah,
he's lost.
He said, son, are you looking at me? And finally the guy just breaks down and goes, "Yes, Drill Sergeant, I was looking at you." Holy crap. And then he goes, do you like me, son? You were looking at my ass, weren't you? You like me, don't you? Are you a homosexual? Are you talking at attention? Just get on down and knock them out until I get tired. And that kind of stuff just happened all the time. Of course, you're in formation, trying not to laugh.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, that's the hardest part.
No, you don't want to laugh.
We had this drill sergeant. His name was Drill Sergeant Harris.
You never forget your drill sergeant.
Drill Sergeant Harris was a black man, and he was ripped. He was just one of these, but his head was enormous. His head was like that big USMC dog head. He was a big black man with a hat on. When he poked his head into formation one time and said, Who's laughing in there?
Did it part the formation with his big head?
No, he went right in. I remember because I kind of looked at the corner of my eye and his head poked in the formation. He goes, "Who's laughing at?" He said, "I'm going to come and yank a bone out of your body." Well, the guy was so massive that all I could imagine was, you get that little bubble on the top. You're just imagining him reaching his hand in and pulling your rib cage out and like showing it to you, because he just told you he was going to yank a bone out of your body.
Indiana Jones style?
Yeah. So, of course, now you're trying not to laugh.
Yeah, not have much luck.
No.
Yeah, not having much luck at all. But all those experiences you see in the movies, they're based on a lot of reality. I was on a submarine years later. I'm driving a boat. Now, submariners are notorious.
Bubbleheads.
Notorious for practical jokes. So we're sitting. We're actually we're at what we call periscope depth. Periscope depth is excuse me, right around
feet.
What?
It's a classified number of feet.
Right, it's classified.
Oh, it's classified,
Yes.
really? Okay.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, come these two what we call nubs. Nubs stood for
Yeah,
never.
we don't call them that anymore, by the way. That's considered hazing.
Yeah.
We call them currently unqualified.
Wait a
people.
minute. Calling him a nub
Hold
is
on,
hazing?
we got 8 minutes. We'll
Never,
talk
never,
You don't have any minutes anymore.
Never underway before. So you're sitting. I'm driving the boat, and we had this tall guy that was on our boat. He's about 6'4". He comes up wearing a pumpkin suit. Do you know what a pumpkin suit is?
One of those orange jumpsuits?
Yes, it's enormous. Has a hood on it, and he has another guy behind him.
Looks like he's going trick or treating.
Right. Well, they walk up to the con area with a big hook, the big grappling hook.
A gaff?
Gaff. It's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
And it's designed to pull the lines when you get close to the pier. You pull the lines over. So they're standing in the control room for about 10 minutes, and we're all just sitting there. It's dark, and finally, the chief of the watch looks over and says, "Hey, Hayes, what are you doing here?" He said, "Chief of the watch, we're up here to retrieve the mail buoy."
Oh no.
And Chief of the watch said,
The male buoy?
Yeah,
Chief of the watch says,
As opposed to the female buoy.
Chief of the watch says, "Okay, Hayes, just stand by." Well, we were on Periscope. We were at Periscope depth for another, I don't know, at least 2 hours. Those guys stood right there waiting to retrieve the mail buoy. Guess what?
There's no male buoy.
No
is there?
freaking mail buoy
In the middle of the Atlantic
in the
Ocean.
middle of the damn ocean, for
They're probably on
God's
mission. Were
sake.
you on a fast boat?
No, we were on a
Okay.
slow approach.
Yeah, they're in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So and on a fast boat, it's even worse because you might be in somewhere classified.
Right. There's no such thing as a mail buoy. Anyway, last thing.
Does Mrs. Bowie know this?
Doctor comes out to this man and he goes, "Look, I got some bad news for you, and I got some worse news." Guy said, "Well, what's the bad news?" Doctor says, "Well, you only have 24 hours to live." Guy said, "What's the worst news?" Doctor said, "Well, I found out yesterday, but I forgot to tell you." So the guy goes home to his wife and he goes, "Look, the doctor said I have a very short time to live, just maybe hours. I was wondering if we could do it as many times as possible before I go." She said, "Well, okay." So they go at it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and they both fall out exhausted. They go to sleep. A few hours later, the guy wakes up and he nudges his wife. He says, "Well, can we do it just one more time?" She rolls over and says, "Yeah, that's all fine, well and good. You don't have to go to work tomorrow."
All right, that's Off the Wall with Lance Morrison.
It sure
We'll be
was.
right back with CovertRadio.com.
Nice. Great segment, Lance. That was good.